Hey everyone, it's Albie. Welcome back to my channel. I have a review for you today. This is actually a book club pick. I am in a engagement group. I'm not quite sure what you call it. It's just people like supporting one another in the book community. We have a little group. We like each other's posts. We comment. We chat with one another. We try to befriend one another, etc. And the group decided to host a book club. I'm not quite sure if we're going to post it online, like do a video chat like Historical Hellions does theirs. And I know there's like the Rakes, I want to say the Rakes Progress, but that's an opera. The Rakes Appreciation Society with Crystal and the Book Refuge. Couldn't think of the names. So I don't know if it's going to be just us in this book club, or if we're going to expand it to our followers, my friends are my followers, or my family too. So, but yeah, we picked a book. The first book for our book club was a historical romance, so I was happy about that. And it was by Judith McNaught, who I've never read before. And this is A Kingdom of Dreams. This is, I believe, it's book one. Someone says it's actually book two. But it's book one, I think, in a Westmoreland Dynasty saga novel. That's a lot for a series, in my opinion. But this was book one. I really enjoyed it. I was looking to see if there was a reasoning, if this was book one or two. I don't know. But I really did enjoy it. It was a 4-star? Yes, it was a 4-star. I've read a couple books, and I haven't been able to film because I was on vacation, so I'm kind of going off my notes that are in my head, which is like lackluster compared to my physical notes. But yes, I did give this a 4. It was enjoyable. It wasn't necessarily a 5-star for read, but 4 stars are still good. That's like A minus, B plus territory. You're still passing, So our heroine was just awesome. So our heroine was Jennifer Merrick, and she was like the 1980s vintage historical romance book that I wanted to read about. And she was the first one I've actually read. I'm in the Historical Hellions book club, and so far the heroines haven't been like what I thought they would sort of be. And this one was almost that like cookie cutter, what do you expect when you read an old school historical romance. And I just really liked Jennifer. In my opinion, it was a little interesting that Judith McNaught would interchange Jenny and Jennifer. I don't know why she did that. I feel like that was big in the 80s and 90s to have the nickname in the name of the person and not just stick with one. I feel like nowadays, if you're going to call her Jenny, she's going to be Jenny for the whole book. And in this one, she was Jenny, Jennifer, Jenny, Jennifer. I don't know if that was an editing thing or what, but I was, just something that my English major mind went to. So Jennifer is very headstrong. She's a fiery redhead, of course. She's Scottish, and she's literally kidnapped from her nunnery. So she's 17 in the story, and I can't remember if Brianna is her younger sister. I think she is. And they are both kidnapped from the nunnery by the evil clan that's against her family. So the clan is headed by Royce, Westmoreland, Duke of Claymore, and he's English. And I'm not sure if they knew that Jennifer and Brianna were the daughters of the Merrick clan. I'm pretty sure they were, because it seemed like it. But it was just sort of a happy coincidence that they were able to kidnap these two teenage girls, basically, and take them back to their clan, tribesmen, etc. So Jenny, like I said earlier, is very headstrong. She is purposely terrorizing her captives, which was kind of hilarious to read about. And she is definitely not happy to be kidnapped at all, which I don't know anyone that really would be, but I loved that she just had this really strong opinion and personality and pizzazz about her, and I just found that to be a really fun read and something I look forward to in these more old school vintage books. There is a scene where our hero Royce does spank Jennifer, and I know a lot of people are like against all that and like physical abuse, etc. But honestly, not that she deserved it, but Jennifer did some pretty some pretty mean stuff to her captives. I know that's like not really a good thing to say, but you know, she didn't deserve to be spanked at all, but it was like, you know, it was the 1490s. She's lucky she just got a spanking from her captive. So, you know, there is a trigger for death of animal, you know, trigger for spanking. Although some people probably would like the spanking, I guess, you know, whatever floats your boat. There was some mild gore, etc. You know, kind of some war scenes and what was that called? Not a pole vault. You know, where the two knights are on a, like holding a stick and running to each other. I don't know what that's called. It's not fencing. My brain is so fried. But there is a scene of that. I love that our heroine and hero were legit enemies to lovers. That's like literally the third book in a row that I've read with enemies to lovers. And they're all like legit enemies. So like her father is totally against Royce. He's like the man that's ruined their lives, so to speak. And yeah, I love the like juxtaposition between Royce, who's this like sort of seen as evil, and the Black Wolf, you know, just terrorizing these people, and he slowly kind of unravels for Jennifer, but very, very slowly. Like, I think Jennifer says, I love you within, like, I think not too long after they've consummated their friendship, you know, and it's not till the very end that, you know, Royce sort of declares similar admirations of Jennifer. So, you know, he took his time. So that was kind of cool too. Not cool, but it's kind of interesting that we had that in the story, because typically nowadays we don't have like the heroine being like wooed and bedded by her hero and then like I love you instantly, and then the hero would be like that was fine, you know. But he had like the weirdest comeback when she was like I love you, and he was like someone had to take you, like someone had to take away your virginity sort of thing. I was like, oh, not really a compliment or friendly or anything, but okay. And Jennifer was sort of like, what the heck, you know? But he was basically like, yeah, someone had to take you, so I'm glad it was me because I was at least kind of nice. I was like, well, dang. So definitely old school in that sense. But if you want to read an historical romance novel that's, you know, vintage, this is published in '89. I liked this one a lot. It wasn't a 5-star read for me because of got a little slow at the end, but overall I really, really enjoyed it, and I didn't expect to. I actually read this book. Today is Sunday, August 21st, and I read this Friday the 19th, and I was in the car for 8 hours. I ride in the car, I don't drive. Yeah, I purposely put this book in my little tote bag with the book I was reading. I was like, you know what, why don't I start this, and you know, I can just try to, you know, get it out the way, because I have two book club books to read for next week, and I wanted to, you know, enjoy my other book and not have to worry about obligations. So I thought, okay, I'll read this, I can speed read it. I didn't need to. I really enjoy this story. I do read fast anyway, but this was a really fun time to just, you know, sit back in the car. I had my dog and just read for 8 hours while I was driven home, basically. So definitely a luxury to do that, I know. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed having a nice story to read. I liked our characters a lot. I liked their romance. It was just, you know, kind of different than what I typically read. But overall, really good. 4 stars. It would have been 5, just a little slow. Could have been edited. It's pretty long. It's 438 pages for this edition, which is the new one, the new pretty cover. And it is like $9.99 on Amazon, so it wasn't discounted at all. So that's kind of a bummer. But I love the cover. I like this cover a lot. And the print is like kind of old school print. It looks very original. So it's kind of dense. But I had a lot of fun reading it, and I think others will too. So if you want an old school historical with that isn't too far out from like our modern reading views and eyes, I think this is a good pick. So this is A Kingdom of Dreams by Judith McNaught. I know some people really like Judith McNaught. Some find her to be a hit or miss. For me, this was a hit, so I'm not mad at it at all. And I don't know if I want to read the next one in this series per se. I really just like these characters, but I might find another book by Judith McNaught to read another time. I know there was one that was in the Historical Hellions last year, so I might pick that up one day and read too. So hopefully I haven't babbled on too much. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Let me know, what are some books, specifically like historical romances, or maybe like an old school historical romance, that you thought, oh, I'm not going to like this. I want to read it, but I don't think I'll like it at all. And maybe you were like me and really pleasantly surprised. Let me know what that book was in the comments below. I'd love to find out what book you gave a second chance, or your mind was turned to at the end. Let me know. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.